Today we will tell you the extraordinary story of Prophet Musa. If you're ready, let's begin this journey. The sky of Egypt was clear, but the hearts of the children of Israel were heavy. A tyrant sat on the throne, the Pharaoh, a man who had made himself a god among men. He had ordered that every male child among the Israelites be killed. He was afraid. A prophecy had reached him. A child would be born who would bring an end to his reign. At that time, in a modest Israelite home, a baby was born. The parents looked at that little face and knew that if the Pharaoh discovered his presence, the child would have no future. It was then that Allah spoke to the mother's heart. Breastfeed him. If you fear for him, place him in the water. Do not be afraid. We will return him to you. With trembling hands, the mother placed the newborn in a cradle of reeds. The river carried him away gently, straight toward the tyrant's palace. The cradle stopped where no mother would ever want it to, in the arms of Pharaoh's servants. It was brought before the ruler's wife, Asiya, a pure and wise woman. As soon as she saw the child, her heart melted. "Do not kill him," she said to her husband. "He will be a joy for me and for you." Thus Allah saved Musa, by placing him right in the house of his enemy. But the baby would not accept milk from any wet nurse. Musa's sister, who had followed the cradle from a distance, stepped forward. "I know a woman who could nurse him, and who will care for him." And so Musa's mother was summoned to the palace, and she found herself holding her son in her arms, without anyone knowing the truth. Allah had kept his promise. Years later, Musa became a strong, intelligent, and dignified young man. He lived in Pharaoh's palace, but he had never forgotten his people. One day, he went out into the city and saw two men fighting, an Egyptian and a man from the children of Israel. The Israelite asked for help, and Musa intervened. A single blow, unintentional, and the Egyptian fell to the ground, dead. Musa realized that if the news reached Pharaoh's ears, no one would believe him. The next morning, a man hurriedly whispered to him, "They are plotting to kill you. Flee, now!" Musa immediately left the city. He walked through the desert, alone, without provisions, not knowing where to go. And he said, "My Lord, save me from the unjust people." After days of traveling, exhausted, Musa reached a well in the land of Midian. There he saw groups of shepherds watering their flocks and two women waiting from a distance. "What is holding you back?" he asked. "We cannot approach until the men are finished. Our father is very old." Musa stood up, stepped forward, and watered the flock for them. Then he sat in the shade and prayed, "My Lord, I am in need of whatever good you will grant me." One of the two young women returned, "My father is calling you. He wants to reward you." Musa was welcomed by a wise man, identified by tradition as the prophet Shu'aib. The man recognized his honesty and offered him one of his daughters in marriage. Musa accepted, and he lived peaceful years in that hospitable land. One day, after completing the service he had promised to Shu'aib, Musa set out with his family toward Egypt. On a cold and dark night, he saw a light on Mount Tur. "Wait here," he said to his family. "Perhaps I will find guidance there, or something to warm us." When he approached the fire, he heard a voice, "O Musa, I am your Lord. There is no God except me." Musa trembled. It was the word of Allah. He was given two miracles: the staff that became a serpent, the hand that emitted a pure white light. And Allah said to him, "Go to Pharaoh. He has transgressed all bounds." Musa asked, "My Lord, send my brother Harun with me. He is more eloquent than I." Allah accepted. Two brothers, two prophets. prepared to confront the most powerful king of their time. They entered the palace. Pharaoh laughed when Musa declared, "The Lord of the worlds has sent me to you." "Were you not raised in this house?" he mocked, "and now you present yourself as a messenger?" Pharaoh summoned the most skilled magicians of Egypt. On that day, thousands of people gathered to see who would prevail. The magicians threw down ropes and staffs. They appeared as serpents dancing upon the sand. Fear touched Musa's heart. But Allah said to him, "Do not fear, you will have the victory." Musa let his staff fall, but it was no longer a staff. It became a real serpent, living, mighty, devouring the magicians' illusions. The magicians fell to their knees. "We believe in the Lord of Musa and Harun." The crowd was left breathless. Pharaoh trembled and ordered torture, but he was never able to extinguish that light. Allah sent sign after sign, the flood, the locusts, the frogs, the blood, years of famine. Each time Pharaoh promised, "Ask your God to remove this, and I will believe." And each time he lied. Allah commanded Musa to flee with the children of Israel by night. They moved through the dark roads, leaving behind centuries of slavery. When Pharaoh discovered their escape, he pursued the people with a mighty army. Musa and his people reached the sea. Before them, the waters. Behind them, the soldiers. The people cried out, "We are doomed." Musa, firm like a mountain, replied, "No, my Lord is with me. He will guide me." Allah said to him, "Strike the sea with your staff." The staff touched the water, and the sea parted, leaving 12 dry paths, one for each tribe. The children of Israel crossed between two towering walls of water. When Pharaoh entered the sea, the waters closed in again. He was swallowed by the waves, and in his final breath he said, "I believe in the God of Musa." But Allah replied, "Now you were rebellious. Today we will preserve your body as a sign for those who will come after you." In the desert of Sinai, Allah summoned Musa to the mountain for 40 nights. He gave him the tablets of the law, filled with guidance and mercy. But during the prophet's absence, a man named Samir fashioned a golden calf, and some among the people worshipped it. When Musa descended from the mountain, he was furious. He rebuked Harun, who had tried in vain to stop them, and he punished the idolaters. The prophet's heart suffered. It was difficult to guide a people who often forgot. To show him that divine wisdom surpasses human understanding, Allah commanded Musa to undertake a journey with a mysterious servant of God, Al-Khidr. Al-Khidr performed actions that Musa could not understand. He damaged a boat, he killed a boy, he repaired a wall in a hostile town. In the end, he explained the truth behind each act. What appears to be evil is sometimes protection. What appears to be injustice is sometimes wisdom. Musa realized that no human being, not even a prophet, knows all that Allah hides. The Quran does not narrate the last moments of his life, but the Prophet Muhammad told that Musa died near the Holy Land, still wishing that his people could enter the Promised Land. He died as he had lived, strong, patient, faithful, bound to Allah with a pure heart. Allah remembers him thus: he was sincere, he was a messenger, a prophet. 1951.